Our topic today is changing vertex form to standard form. So our vertex form once again is y equals a parentheses x minus h close parentheses squared plus k, where h and k are the coordinates of your vertex, and the standard form is y equals a x squared plus bx plus c. So how are we going to do that when we're given the vertex form? How are we going to go to standard form? Well, it's very easy. All we need to do is to follow our order of operations, which is PEMDAS. So the first is P, which stands for parentheses. Inside the parentheses are x and positive 8. Well, we all know we cannot combine them into one single term, and so we disregard the P and go to the E. E says exponent. So this is the one that we can do, which means that we will have to multiply x plus 8 by itself, and then we just copy this down. So we are going to distribute, which you have learned before, or we do the FOIL method, whichever you prefer. So now when we distribute, this is going to become x squared. X times 8 is positive 8x. 8 times x is positive 8x. 8 times 8 is positive 64. We copy this down, plus 7. We combine like terms, and this is going to become positive 71. And so that now is your standard form, where your A is a 1, that's your A, your B is 16, and your C is positive 71. Okay, example number 2 is y equals 2 parentheses x plus 9 close parentheses squared plus 8. So how are we going to change this to standard form again? Let us do PEMDAS. There is nothing to do with the parentheses. These two cannot be combined as a single one term. So we're going to proceed to E, which is the exponent. And so that means this. So now we're just going to copy down all the rest. So y, copy down the 2, copy this down, but expanding it like such. Copy down the plus 8, and then we're going to distribute them first, then multiply by 2 later. So copy this down, and inside I'm going to have x times x, that is x squared, x times 9, that is positive 9x. 9 times x is positive 9x. 9 times 9 is positive 81. And then copy this down, plus 8. I can combine like terms first before I go and do the distribution. So I'll have 2 outside, x squared plus 18x. I can just go ahead and, well, okay, I'm just going to write this down here, plus 8. And then I will go ahead and distribute my 2 to all of them. So y equals 2x squared, that is plus 36x, that is plus 162 plus 8. Alright, now that I have distributed the 2 to all of these 3 terms, I can outrightly remove my parentheses. Therefore, I'm looking at this and they can be combined. So my final standard form is $170. Okay. So for our next example, y equals negative 6 parentheses x plus 1 close parentheses squared minus 7. We again are going to do PEMDAS to change this vertex form to standard form. So once again, P means parentheses, and there's nothing inside that we can combine into a single term. So therefore, we go to E. Exponent. So this is the one that we can expand, and it's gonna look like this. Once again, we do that first. This times this is x squared. X times 1 is plus 1x. If you wanted to write 1x for emphasis, you can also do that. Positive 1 times x is positive 1x. Positive 1 times positive 1 is positive 1. And close it. And then copy down the negative 7 outside. Then distribute the negative 6 to all of the, or hold on, we can combine this first. So y equals negative 6x squared plus 2x plus 1, close parentheses, minus 7. Then we distribute the negative 6 to all of the three terms. So that's y equals negative 6x squared. That's negative 6 times x squared. Negative 6 times 2x is negative 12x. Negative 6 times positive 1 is negative 6. Now that we have distributed the negative 6 to all of the three terms, the parentheses is now gone. This is negative 7, and this 2 can be combined. So our final answer is minus 13. For our final example, what if you have y equals parentheses x plus 2 close parentheses squared minus 4? Again, we do PEMDAS. Nothing inside the parentheses can be combined into a single term. So we go ahead and do our exponent. And that is going to look like x plus 2 squared means multiplied by itself. Copy this negative 4 down. And we distribute. So this times this is x squared. X times 2 is positive 2x. 2 times x is positive 2x. 2 times 2 is a positive 4. And copy this down. This now, well, if you want to put them into a parentheses, that's fine still. But anyways, it's going to be the same later. So we will have y equals, combine these two. We'll have x squared plus 4x plus 4 minus 4. I will just remove the parentheses since anyway the coefficient in the front is a 1, is a positive 1. And if you'd notice, this 2 will even out to be a 0. Therefore, our final equation is going to look like x squared plus 4x. That will now be a 0.